Hello and welcome to the Car Compass. My name is Sandu, and in today's video we have a comparison between new versus old at Kia Telluride. This is the 2027 Kia Telluride in the SX Prestige X-Line all-wheel drive compared to the older model, same exact one, 2025 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X-Line all-wheel drive. So I tried to get the exact same trim with the exact same exterior elements, so you get to see the differences very clear. Now, as far as the color goes, I couldn't find the exact same color. This is a dark gray, this is a blue, so keep that in mind. Now, what are the differences when it comes to the engine? Huge difference. That's the biggest difference besides the design in the new Kia Telluride. They got rid of the V6 and they brought a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder 8-speed automatic transmission with 274 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque with a self-leveling rear suspension for the new one. Now, the old V6 was a 3.8 liter V6 engine that got you 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. So less horsepower, more torque in the new 2027. Also, big change that we're gonna see later this year down the road is that this new Telluride will give you an option for the hybrid engine, and that's going to be still the same 2.5 liter turbo hybrid, and it's going to give you more horsepower and more pound-feet of torque. So that's a huge difference. As far as the trims that are offered in the 2027, there is no difference. There's still LX, S, EX, SX, SX Prestige, and then you can add X-Line or X Pro. The X Pro, you can only add it to the SX Prestige. The X-Line starts with EX and up. So that's the difference so far. Now, as far as the design goes, you can definitely tell there's huge improvements with your vertical LED headlights, vertical LED signal lights and emergency lights and daytime running lights. The top grille is going to be matte black plastic in the new one, to where in the old one was a high gloss. But also this in the 2027 has some high gloss inserts. Now, everything is blacked out because of the X-Line. So the X-Line in 2027 will bring you a few features like fog lights, 21 inches rims, lamp for the tail lights, exterior elements, and styling. So that's your X-Line for the 2027. And as mentioned, this X-Line in 2025 had also the elements and the blacked out styling and badges. One difference between X-Line in 2025 and 2027 is that they offered 20 inches rim, and now in 2027 they offer 21 inches rim. So let me go ahead and show you more differences, but before we move forward, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's really going to help me out to bring you more content like this one. And also a big thank you and a shout out to Folsom Lake Kia here in Folsom, California, for providing me with both of these cars for this comparison. Don't forget, this video is filmed in 4K. Please adjust your YouTube settings to watch this at the highest quality. Also, the reason I'm carrying a measuring tape is because once we get in the cargo, I'm gonna show you the exact differences into inches, not just cubic feet of space, because this new one is also larger, bigger, more massive, and it will offer you more space. So let's go ahead and see those differences. Now let's spend a little bit more time here in the front, and I'm gonna show you the fog lights, how they're different 2027 compared to 2025, or should I say old versus new. The first generation Kia Telluride started in 2020, so that's almost 7 years after. Well, we can count 6 years. The reason why they named it 2027 is because they didn't have enough time to release it to call it 2026. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see the rubbers, the rims, and the wheel well trim. Different design. In the 2025, all you had was matte black plastic, to where on the new 2027 you have high gloss with different design with high gloss and matte black plastic integrated. What are the rubbers that you're going to get in the 2027 is going to be a Kumo Majesty X, and the exact size is going to be 265/45 by 21. To where on the 2025, the same X-Line SX Prestige got you a Michelin total performance, and the size was 245 by 50 by 20. Your rocker panel is going to be totally different design, more rugged, more towards the off-road incline, I would say, on the 2027 to where the 2025 has a very simple matte black plastic rocker panel. The side mirror totally redesigned with a smoke signal light integrated. They both have heated side mirror with a blind spot assist, automatic foldable, and the 360 camera. Now, what's different, and it's a huge impact, is going to be your door handles. The new one is going to be tucked in once you lock it, to where the old one has the more standard look on the door handles. Your side rails are going to be a little bit different design. Those crossbars, don't mind those. They are added options on the old 2025. Let's go ahead and talk about the rear, because this is where you're going to see the most difference in not just the size but the look as well. And let me give you some dimensions so you know exactly how much difference is between the old and the new one. Starting with the length, you're going to have 199.2 for the new one, to where the old one was 196.9. So almost 3 inches difference. Your width does not change. It's still 78.3 inches, and that does not include your side mirrors. Your height is going to be a little bit different, 69.5 in the new one, to where the old one has 68.9. And that's your height for the X Pro, because that's going to give you the highest ground clearance, and ground clearance is going to be 9.1 inches. The wheelbase is standard in all trims, which is 116.9 inches. Now let's go ahead and talk about the rear differences. Now we're here in the rear with the differences between old versus new in the Kia Telluride, and obviously there is a huge difference in design. But let me go ahead and give you some MPG differences. As far as the city goes, for the all-wheel drive, it's still the same, 18 miles per gallon, but when it comes to the highway, the new one got 23 to where the old one is 24. Also, towing capacity. If your Telluride is equipped with the towing package, you're going to have a maximum of 5,000 in the new one, to where the old one had the maximum of 55,000. Now keep in mind, if you're going to wait for the hybrid engine, that's going to only give you 4,500 of pound capacity on the 2027, where the hybrid is offered. We did not have hybrid in the old one. Now let's see differences. Obviously the tail lights, totally different. Your backup light, totally different. A huge difference is also your windshield wiper. It's now tucked under, to where the old one was visible. Because it's an SX Prestige, they both come with a digital rear view mirror, and you're going to see that camera pretty much in the same location. But this spoiler is going to be totally different design, with your brake light integrated from left to right, almost as big as the spoiler, to where the 2025 has only a really small brake light with different design for the spoiler. Now also, because the 2027 brings more technology, this is going to be equipped with remote parking assist or smart parking assist, and you're going to see that difference in extra parking sensors right here on the side of the bumper. Now let's go ahead and look under the car and see what's different. And we are now talking about the exhaust tip. It's visible in the 2025 with chrome, to where on the 2027 it's tucked under and you're not going to be able to see it. But they both come with a spare tire, and they both have the self-leveling suspension for the rear. Let's go ahead and open this tailgate for both of them, 27 versus the 25, and see what the difference is in cubic feet of space. So now we are looking at the older one, the 2025, and the cubic feet of space with the older seats up is 21, to where on the new one is 22.3. If you drop the backrest of the third row, you're going to have 46 cubic feet of space versus the new one, 48.7. If you have second and third row down, you're going to have 89 cubic feet of space, to where the new one has 89.3. And now let's see measurements into inches. 21 behind the third row. You drop this third row, you go behind the second row, it's going to give you almost 50, 49 and a half, almost 50. You go all the way to your center console, and that's going to give you 83 and a half. And then in between, right here, if you have all the seats up, it's going to give you 54 inches right here. And now your entrance, 32 inches. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the new one. And now the new one, that's going to give you 22 inches. So the old one has 21, this one has 22. Now behind the second row, now of course it depends where that one is located, but it's almost in the same position. That's going to give you 50, so almost the same, but depends a lot where that one is located. And now your center console, all the way up to here, it's 87 inches to where the old one, the 2025, only had 83 inches. So that's a huge difference. And now let's see left to right if this is wider or not. No, same, 53 to 54. So almost the same. And your entrance, let's see if this one, well, this one is a little bit smaller. This is 30 and a half to where the old one has 31 and a half. So entrance, it's a little bit bigger on the old one. Now let's go ahead and see what the interior will give you. And on the left side, it's going to give you the same controls for the second row seating right here on both of them, the same subwoofer, but the new one has the inverter located here instead of the center console of the second row seating. The way you're going to control these seats are going to be with the belt right here to put the backrest down, same in both of them. And another difference is going to be that in the new one, your 12-volt outlet is on the passenger side, to where on the old one it was moved to the driver's side because you do not have that inverter. Under this mat, more space in the old one for personal belongings, and here you have your tire situation and all that, and your sill plate right here is going to be a little bit bigger on the new one. Let me go ahead and show you your sill plate, a little bit different, and right here the 12-volt outlet moved on the driver, and you do not have an inverter, but you still have the subwoofer and the controls for those second row seating. And then on the right side, you're not gonna have anything in the old one. More space right here with the spare tire situation and all that. And now we're done with the differences between old and new in the Kia Telluride. Let's go ahead and see interior differences. Now I'm sitting inside the 2027 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X-Line, and there are a few features that X Prestige brings you in 2027 that the 2025 did not have them, like electrically controlled steering column. That's a really nice thing to have. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go and offer you a side-by-side comparison with pictures so I don't have to waste your time and go into the old model as well. So let's start first with the legroom. For the front, it's almost the same, 41.2 inches on the new one to where the old one has 41.4. So a 0.2 difference as far as the legroom goes. I'm 6 feet tall, just for you to get an idea how much space I have in this mid-size SUV from Kia Telluride in 2027. Second row is going to be exactly the same, 40 inches, 0.4. Where the huge difference is going to be, you're going to see on the third row, 31.4 in the old one to where the new one had a 37.4. That's a 6-inch difference. So that's where your length for the exterior and also for the interior is. Very nice that the Kia Telluride is now bigger and larger. But don't forget, this is still a mid-size SUV. Now, price difference. Let's see what the old one was and what the new one is. And there will be almost $2,000 difference between the two. The new one comes at $54,800 to where the old one was $52,700. So a little bit more than $2,000 difference. That's what you're gonna get, and that does not include any add-ons like crossbars or towing package or anything like that. It's just the base start MSRP sticker for the SX Prestige X-Line. Now, if you go LX in the 2027, that's going to start at $39,000. I think that's a, what can I say, amazing price for a mid-size SUV, 3-row, 8 passengers, and that offers you plenty of safety features as standard. I find that a very good price for an entry-level mid-size SUV. Now let's start with the differences. Seating surface. Here's the picture side by side. You're gonna have different design, different X-line engraved. You're gonna have suede in the 2027. Moving forward, the dashboard, total different design with engineered wood for the 2027 to where the 2025 has a different design. As far as the lockable glove compartment, it's the same in both of them. You have the option to lock this in 2027 as well 2025. The next difference is going to be your screen. This is a 12.3 inches for the infotainment as well as 12.3 inches for your cluster, to where the 2025 had a different design. Here's your updated interface. This is how it looks, but once you get into your setup and your vehicle and your driver assistance, pretty much looks very similar. This is a very responsive touch sensor screen. Let's put it back into maps to show you how it looks. And you do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless charging pad, and all that good stuff. On the left side right here, you're going to have more controls for your air vents and all that. This is how it looks. Your center console, a different design. You're going to have a bridge right here under for the new ones, where the old one does not have it, with your handles, cup holders, total different design. Huge difference is also your shift lever. It used to be right here. Now it's located here in the steering column. Let's take a look at your armrest. This is also going to be different. The way you're going to open it, it's also different. Now let's take a look at your rear view mirror. Pretty much the same with digital rear view mirror with your garage door openers and all that. And these are your controls for your dual sunroof or dual moonroof. This is manually controlled right here to where that second row is going to be, well, electrically controlled, just like that. Now, steering wheel. This is going to be another huge design change with flat top, flat bottom. And then here's your cruise control. The levers are going to be in the same position for your lights and your windshield wiper with your paddle shifters. And controls here on the left and the right are pretty much the same. Your drive modes with the terrain mode and all that good stuff is the same, with 7 in total. My drive, sport, normal, and eco. And when you go terrain, you're going to get snow, mud, and sand. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the left side of the steering wheel, and this is also going to be different. And let me show you how the electrically controlled steering column looks like if you have it. So here on the left side, you're going to have your electric parking button moved here from your center console, and you're also going to have illumination and auto start stop, traction control, the tow, and the auto hold for your tailgate. Now moving forward to the driver door, this is going to be a huge difference in design. The way you're going to open this door is very futuristic here in the 2027 with this new lever, to where the 2025 had the lever right here in chrome. And this is how it looks with your Meridian 14 speaker audio system. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the second row seating. Now second row seating of the new redesigned 2027 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X-Line. You're gonna have different design for the seating. Obviously, a lot of things are pretty much the same here for the second row seating, especially the space or the legroom. Exactly the same, 6 feet tall, plenty of room. Let's start with the backrest of the front, driver and passenger, different design. You're gonna have pockets on both of them. One is mesh packet in 2025. The other ones in 2027 is hard plastic. So that's a big difference. The USB-C ports are going to be located in the same exact position. You have the suede inserts for the new ones, and your center console is going to be totally different. In the 2025, you used to have the inverter located here, but now in 27 they moved it in the back, and they put here some more cubby room or more space for personal belongings. So I don't know what you think about that, but I think it's a pretty good option. As far as the controls for the seats go, they have the same exact controls with the button right here to bunny hop right there, put it back, lever to drop this backrest, another button for the third row seating, and the lever to move it front and back with your armrest right here. As far as the door panel goes, totally redesigned, but the same exact controls: heated and ventilated, window control, and then your sun visor if the sun is beating in your face. Your lever to open it is going to be total design difference. And now this control unit for the tri-zone climate control is going to be total different design, but the air vents are pretty much located on the same spot. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the third row seating. Now when it comes to the third row seating in the Kia Telluride 27 versus 25, or old versus new, or first generation versus second generation, there are going to be very little differences. Like the seating surface in the 2025, you still have the perforation, to where here they got rid of that. But 2 cup holders, USB-C on both sides, your air vents, your lights are going to be located in the same position. The way you're going to control this backrest is from a belt right here, and you're going to be able to put it higher or lower, however you want. And if you go in long road trips, this is going to be more comfortable this way. Legroom, obviously I already talked about that, 37.4 here, 31.4 in the old one. That's a huge difference. Now I think we're done with this review. Let's not forget that the suede is present in both of them, and that's a very luxury feel inside these mid-size SUVs from Kia. Let's go ahead and talk about the MSRP sticker. Here's the MSRP sticker for the old one, 2025 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X-Line all-wheel drive, starting at $52,700. and some change. And now here's the MSRP sticker for the 2027 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X-Line all-wheel drive, starting at 54,800 and some change. You let me know if you like the new design, if you prefer the old one, if you think this is better compared to the old one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's really going to help me out to bring you more content like this one. And thank you for watching.